Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. So just a little bit of a bonus show for you tonight. This is a preview for the Villareal versus Manchester United game that kicks off in just under 2 hours' time. To do that, to preview it, I'm joined by firstly Rob, who is a Man United fan. Rob, how are you?
I'm all right, Jake. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. And James has joined me as well for a neutral view on this. James, how are you?
All good, mate. We're going to see tonight what the Europa League's all about because we're there next year. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Well, the publicity for the publicity for the Europa League has almost doubled in the last week, knowing the West Ham's going to be in there. So tonight, James, we're going to see what it's all about. See how we're going to win it, and then go from there.
That's right, mate. That's right. I think it's a tough game tonight. I think it's going to be an interesting one. It's either going to be as tight as anything, or it's going to be goals galore. It's one of the two. Do you know what I mean? So. Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah, I completely agree. Let's take some comments. Right, James has put in some song that we've got to sing on our European tour. So I like that. I'm not going to try and pronounce that because I make myself look a right plonker. Very impressive, James, indeed. Right then, so James Bong's now officially in charge of the charts for our European away days. Yeah, it's a big trophy now. We're in it, that's for sure. But anyway, firstly then, Rob, in terms of a Manchester United perspective, how are you feeling? You're confident 2 hours away. What's your overall feeling for the game?
Yeah, I'm as confident as I ever am with Man United. It depends which team turns up as usual. I'm just glad that we won our last Premier League game to have a little bit of form going into it, because up until Wolves away, we had a mare, and I was not looking forward to this final. But yeah, things are on the up. I don't think we've got any more injuries. Martial's out, but we knew that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it should be a good game.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, in the semi-finals, Manchester United, James, went past Roma, and Villareal got past Arsenal, which brought a wry smile to my face, that's for sure. But yeah, Villareal, they held out well to obtain Arsenal or contain Arsenal in the semi-final. So it's definitely a tough game for Man United tonight.
Oh, 100%, mate. You've only got to look at their manager. Now, I know he was a failed manager at Arsenal, and I understand all that, but this man did win multiple Europa Leagues with Seville, and he's a good manager. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a make or break tonight for Solskjaer, this competition. I think if he don't win it, I think the pressure is going to get massively on him. I think it's a must-win for United to win this trophy, to get a trophy. They haven't won a trophy since 2016, I think. So it's a big night for them. Massive.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is Villareal's first major European final, whereas this is Man United's 8th major European final, the second of any English club. But Rob, Villareal, they're going to be a tough opponent, as I said to James there, because they in the semi-finals they kind of scored and then parts the bus, and they were really hard to break down. That was in the Arsenal game anyway.
Yeah, I was quite surprised, actually. I thought they would get past Arsenal, but I was surprised Arsenal didn't put up more of a fight. Whether or not that was the Unai Emery, trying to make a point, and maybe that was they put all their effort into the semi-final, and hopefully, they left it all there, and we'll be able to break them down a bit more easily than Arsenal did. Fingers crossed, I guess.
Yeah. Do you agree with James? Because I thought, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hasn't won a trophy yet, and do you think if you can win this tonight, this will round off a really successful season, finishing second in the league and getting a trophy on the board as well? Would you put that down as a really successful season then?
Yeah, going by recent years, definitely. Yeah, we need. James is right. We need to get a trophy. We've had too many semi-final failures, really. And I'm not so sure that Solskjaer will be under any more pressure than he is now. I'd like to think that we've learned our lesson with managers and we'll stick with him no matter what the result. But yeah, it would be nice. Second's good. Finishing above Liverpool was better. Let's win this trophy tonight and keep everyone happy, won't it?
Yeah, it's interesting. What do you think the whole feel is United with Solskjaer? Do the fans do they want to keep him? Is there certain parts of the fan base that want to keep him? Get rid of Solskjaer, because I'm sure there's many Man United fans. I'm sure there's many Man United fans out there that probably think this isn't good enough for Man United. Haven't won a trophy in a very long time, but as you said, they're going to hopefully stick with him and learn from past mistakes.
Yeah, well, all the United fans I know, most of them are happy to keep him. I think we're all a bit fed up of the, one in, one out thing since LVG and Moyes and Mourinho. That's just not worked. I don't know many people that want him out. I think they're all, I mean, if it all goes belly up tonight and we get beaten heavily, it might change, how fickle fans are. But no, I think as far as I'm concerned anyway, we're all happy with him. It's progression again, even as far, whether we win or not tonight, even getting to the final is progression, because like I said earlier, all those semis that he's lost. I think they'll stick with him again, give him next season and see where that takes us. And maybe the end of next season, if things, if we're not challenging, because what did we finish behind City? Was it 10, 11 points? So, so he's got to close that gap at least, I think, next season. So, until we get to the later stages of next season, I think he'll be all right.
That's it. United will score first and will win with ease. I don't think it's going to be that easy for United tonight. I think Villareal are going to be a really stubborn and, as we said earlier, hard to break down side, James.
100%, mate. 100%. Unai Emery has won this trophy multiple times in a row. So he's no mug. He's no mug. You forget the Arsenal experience when he was there. He was at a club where it was just he weren't getting backed, and when he was getting backed, they was criticising him anyway. Like they wanted success now, straight away, and it takes time. Regarding Solskjaer, I do, as an outside looking in, and I'm not a fan, obviously, but I look at Man United, and they're a team that has to win trophies. They have to win trophies, and this sort of spell when they've not won anything, it's a cause for concern, because if they don't go there tonight and win this game and win that trophy, then I just don't see how it is progression, if that makes sense. Like, Man United are known for winning trophies, FA Cups, leagues, Champions Leagues, etc. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's a bigger game for Solskjaer than it is for Unai Emery, in my opinion. But I just feel that Man United need this. Like, they need something to sort of go, you know what, this season's been a success, because if it goes the other way tonight and they end up finishing second in the league with no trophies at all, they haven't really done anything better, so to speak, in my opinion.
WMP says, what time is kickoff? I am supposed to meet Maze in the pub, not check the kickoff. I believe, I think it's 8 o'clock tonight. Is the start. So there we go. Right then, so let's have a look at a predicted lineup then. I got a Villareal predicted lineup, and we went through it before we went live, and I went, no, I'm not pronouncing all of those names. So we're just going to stick with Man United. So a predicted lineup with a 4-2-3-1 formation, the formation that we love, James, with De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Tuanzebe, Lindelof, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Greenwood, Fernandes, Pogba and Cavani. Rob, I'll hand it straight over to you. Give us an insight then. Is there anything you would change or you think will be changing from there, from what I've plucked off the internet?
Looks pretty close. I mean, the goalkeeper, that's probably 50-50. He might switch back to De Gea for his experience. Last couple of games he's played well again. Wan-Bissaka, Tuanzebe, I mean, that's pretty good. Rashford probably later on for Cavani, maybe. McTominay and Fred. I think that's got to be there or thereabouts. I'd be fairly happy with that. I mean, we're missing Maguire, obviously, but Tuanzebe stepped in pretty well. Shaw's been excellent. I'm pretty happy with that.
Pretty decent lineup there, James, isn't it?
Yeah, Cavani's a top talent, mate. Like he's a world class. He's still a world class striker.
Yeah.
When people said about him signing for Man United, they thought they was getting another like sort of journeyman. But this man is a top class, world class striker. Do you know what I mean? He might be old and he might have done his good years might have passed him by, but he still knows how to score goals and the movement of the man. If you just sort of watch a football match when Cavani's playing, yeah, just don't watch the match. Watch him. His movement's phenomenal. He's got a world class movement. He knows where the goal is, and he's a sort of man that you give him 2 chances, he'll take one of them, and that's what you need. Yeah, I think the rest of the team sort of picks itself. Maguire's a miss for them. I do agree. Tanzabi, is it a miss? Like he's either good, or you get a really bad Tanzabi. Pogba's got to turn up tonight. I believe also. Like he's another one who's been there a long time, and they've got to sort of grasp this now. Like tonight, in my opinion, as a neutral, they've got to look at it and go, right, we've come all this way. Let's do it for the club. Let's do it for the manager, and go and grab it, basically.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you said about Pogba. Pogba needs to have a good game tonight. He needs, him especially, out of the whole side. You know, all this, I'm a world-class player, I won the World Cup, that's all great, but, you know, you've got to start doing it at the club. And he's doing it in flashes again this season, and he has looked pretty good lately. So hopefully he'll turn up again tonight. Hopefully.
I think what it is with Pogba, I think he needs good players around him. You brought in Bruno Fernandes last January, and he's been immense for years. And the way I look at it is, Pogba's got to step up and go to the same standards as Bruno Fernandes. And if you do, then you've got 2 world class. Like, people say Pogba's world class. Not for me. Like he's good. He's very, very good, but he's too hot and cold, in my opinion. Like he's either very good or he's non-existent.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally.
You got if Pogba turns up and Bruno Fernandes turn up, United turn up, and then they're taking the trophy back to Manchester.
Yeah, that's my one concern tonight, is if Fernandes gets looked after, you know, if they mark him out the game. Because without Fernandes this season, we've not been anywhere near the same side. So he needs to be on the ball. Pogba needs to help him. McTominay and Fred have got to support. You know, I think it's all there. It just, like you said, depends. You know, everybody's got to turn up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you know, what we've seen in the last few weeks and in the semi-final is this Fernandes. I don't know whether Rafa's going to be playing it. It doesn't say it there, but that Fernandes, Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani, a link up that has been really, really successful for you this season. I agree with James over Cavani. I thought this is a typical Man United signing. A really, really good player coming to Man United at the end of their season, at the end of their career. But he's been really, really good, and he'll be crucial tonight. Cavani, Rob.
Yeah, definitely. I was like everybody. I think thought he was going to be a Larson, maybe, you know, just coming out, or a Van Persie, although he turned out to be a legend for United as well. But yeah, I thought he was going to be coming out for one last big contract. But he's been the absolute opposite of that. He has been stunning for United. And I don't think anybody could disagree with that. And the way, like James was saying, his movement off the ball, it's a joy to watch. The way he creates space and the way he drags the defenders around to create space for other players. And his finishing is just something else. I just love the fact that he signed for another year as well. So Mason Greenwood and, you know, Rashford, all the younger players, you can see they're already learning from his experience. So yeah, another year playing alongside him won't do him any harm.
He's got world-class movement. You get world-class players, but with Cavani, if you just, even tonight, if you're watching the game tonight, Jake, just sit back, don't watch the game, just watch Cavani's movement, and you know what I mean. Like he runs off the ball so well. He takes defenders away from the ball. He's top class. He's world class. Like he's always been a world class player. Like he played for PSG for a while. He played for Napoli. I think the best time that Cavani played was at Napoli, in my opinion. I thought he was phenomenal. But yeah, he's world class, mate. He is, and Man United getting him for another year. They're going to get players around him with speed. Then he's going to score goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take some comments. Shaw's been quality. He's in quite a few people's team of the seasons that have came in so far. Baker is there tonight from Proper United. He's there. I know where it is, but it's a very strange. I don't quite know how to pronounce. I think it's Gdansk, where it's being played tonight. I'll probably butcher that name yet again. But somewhere in Europe. He is no Antonio. He's not, but he's a very, very good player. Cavani. As I said, I've got a Villareal lineup here. I mean,
go on, Jake. Let's hear it.
No. I've just realised I spelled Villareal wrong on there as well, so we're not going to keep this up for long. Yeah, there's some names in there, not really many that we've heard of, but they're a good. Almost like I'd say probably someone like the Spanish Leicester, James, where there's not massive players that are final quality, but they all come together to work a really, really well-oiled machine of what I've seen of them.
Well, they've got a couple of decent players in that team that I can recognise. They've got Capoue, ex-Watford, Parejo's ex-Seville. Was it Arcelo? Is that? Oh, like the striker, basically, and Moreno. They're both Paco Arcelo, I think his name is. He's ex-Barcelona, I think, and he is, so they've got some good talent all along the pitch. But what it is with Villareal, they're very similar to Seville in their makeup. I think with the way they set up dogged, and they're going to try and frustrate United. Now, I believe if Man United come out early, get a goal early, they have to come out, and Man United could score 3 or 4, and it'd be all over. You know what I mean? But the longer the game goes on with that lineup, and they're going to get into Man United. They've got a lot of players in there who love a tackle and all, and love a yellow card. So just be aware of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'll come to the Villareal lineup with you in a minute, Rob. But I think just to pick up on what James said, the first goal is going to be crucial. If Villareal get the first goal, you're going to find it quite hard tonight. But if you get the first goal, I think if you get it within the first 20 minutes, you could be okay, and it could be a calm evening for you.
Fingers crossed. That's right. Like I said, we've already said it a couple of times. Emery won. Was it 3 in a row with Seville, or he won the first?
I think it was.
So he knows how to win this cup, and he's obviously much more comfortable playing, Spanish European football rather than English European football. So that lineup, I only recognise 2 or 3 out of them. That Moreno, is that the striker who was at Liverpool for a while? He used to play for. I'll tell you who he used to play for. I think it's Espanyol. He's not bad. He's not a bad player, I must admit. They've got some good players there. Experience. Who's the other guy? He's not there. There's a Spurs player on loan, isn't there? Is it Justin Foyth or something?
He's probably on the bench.
Yeah.
He's a connection. So it'll be interesting to see. They're going to be a solid side, and we know that we play against solid Premier League.
I've just seen that Foyth is injured. A couple of injuries they've got that are doubtful are that Samuel Chukwueze that's on the flank, really, really, really quick, and Johan Foyth is a doubt with a hamstring injury as well. So that's two decent players out of the side for Villareal, Rob.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter really, does it? Because at the end of the day, it's a cup final. Anything can happen. Anyone can have a really good game. One of the young'uns they might bring in as a replacement, he's got to make a name for himself. It's all on the night, isn't it? So I'm happy with our lineup anyway. We'll do what we can do.
Yeah, that is the fun of a cup final, that's for sure. Let's have a look here. WP says finished in it off to get ready. Come on, Villareal. That's going for 3-1 United. James says this is an okay rehearsal for next year's final in Seville. Yeah. It's probably going to end up being, I don't know, God, that'd be a final, wouldn't it? Slavia Prague versus West Ham, or any team versus West Ham in the Europa League.
Cards, couldn't it?
Oh dear. They are in the conference. They're down there going to. I've seen someone put up on Twitter some of the places they could be going, and oh dear, I'm so glad we're not in that, and we actually got the proper Europa League. That's for sure. What's this? We will be all there next year. Jake doing a live stream while his dad drinks beer. Yeah. Right then. So we're going to move on to one key player for Manchester United and then into predictions. So James, the one key player for Man United is going to help them to victory if they do tonight.
Cavani, mate. If Cavani turns up, then he scores 2 or 3. And that is no joke. He's top class, mate. If you get, and what I like, what he's done well with United is what Man United have done very well is they've brought him in and they've built pace all around him. Rashford, Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes. Cavani's not a sort of player that's going to get him behind rapid pace and all that, but he will stay in front of the goal and around the goal, and he'll move from left to right, and he'll be a menace for defences. So if he turns up tonight, Man United have got a good night's work, easy. And don't be surprised if he gets 2 of them. Do you know what I mean? He's top class, mate. For a free transfer, for the best free transfer of the season, you've got to say it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your one key player, Rob?
Just to step back out the field, it's got to be Fernandes for me. He's been our key player all season, and now we're in the final. We just need one more decent performance out of Fernandes, and he hasn't had many bad performances this season. So, I think he's the man. He's going to be pinging the ball in. Maybe Cavani will be creating some space. Greenwood can get on the end of one of those, and I think it's going to be a proper team game up front tonight, without shadow of a doubt. Yeah, Fernandes.
Yeah. Yeah, Spurs got Westbury away. Yeah, there really is some cruising. I think how it works is the top 5 leagues in Europe get 1 space, and then the second 5 get 2, the third 5 get 3. So it's definitely going to be a step down. But we'll go on to predictions then. James, firstly with you, what are you going to go for?
I think Man United have to win this tonight. They have to. It's not a case of if they lose, they can go next. I think they have to win it, and I think for Solskjaer, he has to win it. And all they need a trophy at the club to sort of go. You know what? That's their stepping stone. They move on next season for bigger and better things. Yeah. Tonight's game, I think it's going to be tight at the start. I think if Man United get a goal early, I can see it being a riot. I really can. I can see a 3-1 maybe. I'm looking at a 3-1, maybe even a 3-0. Man United have got the quality. Villareal have got the experience of being there, and they've got the manager who's been there. So we will find out later which one comes out on top. But if Man United turn up like they can do, and they can roll teams, which they can do, they should win this match quite comfortably. So I'm going to go 3-0.
Yeah. Rob, your prediction?
I'll take that 3-0. I'm thinking we've made things quite difficult for ourselves quite often this season. I don't see tonight being any different. I got a horrible feeling we're going to go 1 behind, and then we're going to have to fight like mad to pull it.
Yeah.
I think we'll either win it 2-1, or it might even be something like 1-1 extra time. I think it's going to be really, really tight. Solskjaer has been talking about the number 26, hasn't he? Being his lucky number, and it's Matt Busby's birthday. It was the exact date that we won the treble in Barcelona. I think it's his birthday, and his wife, he got married to his wife on the 26th or something. So he's been bigging up into this in the stars. I'm not a big believer in fate whatsoever, but I'll take a 2-6 to us. No, I'm going to 2-1 us. 2-1 us.
Yeah, it's either going to go one way or the other. I think it could be, become quite easy for Man United if they score first, or they could, as Rob said, have a really difficult evening if Villareal nick the first one. It's a really, really hard game to predict, especially because it's a final as well. I can just see Man United taking this. I think Villareal will score, but I'm going to go 2-1 to Manchester United. Right then, so it's an hour and 35 minutes away from kickoff, and that means 35 minutes away from team news. But whilst you wait for that, you can watch the premiere of another our second episode of our Team of the Season series. It's with it is with Gary Watson, who is an Arsenal fan. So you can check that out at 6:30 in 5 minutes time on the channel. There is the link. All you've got to do is tap that now, and I'll be over there in the Premier chat in just a minute. But thank you very much to you, James and Rob, for coming on today.
No worries, mate. No worries at all.
Thank you.
And good luck to United tonight, because I hope they win it. I really do. So yeah.
Yeah. And just thank you. And just before we go, James, plug your season player ratings over on Hammers Polls.
Well, I'm doing Hammers Polls. I've done season player ratings this week. I'm finishing it up on Friday. So if anyone wants to come on, give me a snap up quickly, because I need a rest and I want a summer break. So yeah. Yeah, go over there, like, share, subscribe, all that, mate. It goes a long way. Jake's helped me out greatly, and any new people who want to come on, different fans, different areas, you know what I mean, come on. I'm a football fan, but I might be a West Ham fan, but I like my football and all. So yeah.
There you go. Drop a like on this video as well. Subscribe to Hammers Polls. Subscribe to West Ham Official. Do all of it. Click the notification bell as well. Last couple of comments. James says it will be one on penalties, a flick of a coin. And that is hoping for a United win tonight. But we'll leave it there from me and James. Come on, you guys. Good luck to Manchester United tonight. And we'll be back in. There we go. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Rob, put a word in, because we want to keep Jesse Lingard. Put a word in for us.
We will support you tonight if you give us J-Lings. That's what I'm going to
say. 20 million quid. 20 million quid, and we'll support you tonight, and we will give you that money for Jesse Lingard. But come on, you guys, and we're back in just 3 minutes for a Team of the Season episode. But thank you very much for watching, and